What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive right into our first news. Carlos Prates revealed that Dana White personally gave the green light for a title shot if he finished Leon Edwards in the first round. Carlos explained that during a previous appearance on The Shade against Leon, he brought up the idea directly with Dana. He asked, if he knocked Leon out in the opening round, would the title shot be his? And Dana said, yeah, for sure. Carlos shared that the moment was caught on tape because he was wearing Meta glasses, which sponsored him for the fight. He didn't initially plan to film it, but the footage ended up being posted online. Carlos admitted he was a bit worried at first about how Dana would react, but the conversation went smoothly. While checking weights, he simply shook Dana's hand and confirmed, hey, if I knock Leon out in the first round, the title shot's mine. Dana agreed immediately, giving him the official go-ahead. The fighter emphasized how significant the confirmation was for him, as it meant everything was aligned for a potential championship opportunity. He highlighted that the promise from Dana added even more motivation going into the fight, knowing that a fast finish could catapult him straight into title contention. Carlos recounted the exchange with excitement, explaining how the moment was both spontaneous and official, and how it quickly became a talking point once the clip circulated on social media. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to support the channel. Moving on to another news. Andrew Tate has shared his honest and emotional reaction following his loss to Chase D'Amour over the weekend. In a video posted on his social media, Andrew spoke openly about the fight, admitting that he still had not fully processed how the loss happened. He explained that he felt strong and comfortable in the early stages, especially during the first and second rounds, where he believed Chase struggled to touch him at all. According to Andrew, everything changed once fatigue set in. He said that after the second round, he suddenly felt exhausted and could not understand why his energy dropped so sharply. He claimed that if he had not gassed out, the outcome would have been very different, stating clearly that he believes he is the better boxer. However, he did not deny the result and accepted that once he became tired, the fight slipped away from him. Andrew went on to list several possible reasons for what happened. He mentioned ring rust, age, and Chase's size as factors that may have played a role. He noted that Chase was heavier and leaned on him throughout the fight, which could have contributed to his fatigue. Despite all of that, Andrew repeatedly acknowledged the simple truth of the situation. Chase D'Amour beat him fair and square on the night. He made a strong point to show respect toward his opponent, saying he has complete respect for Chase. Andrew explained that it would have been mentally difficult for Chase as well, just as it was for him. Showing up on the day, handling the pressure, and getting the job done deserved recognition. He emphasized that respect clearly and without hesitation. Andrew then shifted the focus to his mindset. He said that as long as he is breathing, he is not afraid of anyone. If he gets knocked down, he will get back up. He made it clear that he does not feel sorry for himself, does not beg for mercy, and does not sit around complaining. His mentality, according to him, is about standing back up every single time. He ended by saying that inspiring others makes everything worth it, even knowing the result in advance, even knowing he would lose in front of the entire world. And Andrew said he would still step into that ring without regret. Moving on to another news. Jake Paul's face is looking nearly unrecognizable following his brutal TKO loss to Anthony Joshua. After the fight, it was confirmed that Jake suffered a broken jaw and was rushed into surgery. Shortly after, he shared a video from the hospital on his social media, giving fans a brief update on his condition. In the clip, Jake reassured everyone that he was okay, asking people to pray for him as doctors worked on his injuries. He explained that he left everything inside the ring and gave his heart to the fight. Despite being badly hurt, he said he kept swinging even when he could no longer feel his face. According to Jake, his jaw was already shot during the fight, and doctors later confirmed it was broken. As medical staff wrapped his head and stitched him up, Jake admitted he was still processing everything. He did not make excuses or complain about the stoppage. Instead, he focused on the effort he put in, saying he truly did his best on the night. The video showed a battered but composed Jake Paul, clearly in pain, yet proud that he fought through it and gave everything he had until the very end. Moving on to another news. Ariel Helwani has delivered one of his strongest takes yet, saying Andrew Tate losing to Chase D'Amour was the biggest fraud check he has ever seen in combat sports. Ariel did not hold back, making it clear that in his view, this loss exposed the gap between Andrew's online persona and his actual ability inside the ring. Ariel explained that after years of debates, arguments, and discussions among combat sports journalists and pundits, this moment stood above the rest. He described it as the quintessential fraud check, pointing directly at Andrew's entire image. According to Ariel, Andrew built his brand around being the ultimate alpha male, constantly criticizing other fighters and presenting himself as unbeatable. That is why this loss stood out so much. What really bothered Ariel was the comparison Andrew tried to make between his loss and Jake Paul losing to Anthony Joshua. Ariel said those two situations are not even remotely similar. He stressed that Jake stepped into the ring with Anthony Joshua, a world-class heavyweight boxer. Andrew, on the other hand, fought Chase D'Amour in a Misfits boxing event. Ariel said mentioning Chase and Anthony in the same breath, with all due respect, is completely absurd. Ariel made it clear that he respects anyone who steps through the ropes, whether it is amateur, professional, misfits, a veteran, or a rookie. That respect, however, does not mean ignoring reality. He said Andrew should never have taken this fight if there was even a small doubt in his mind about winning. In Ariel's opinion, Andrew's loss was not some brave underdog story. It was a failure to live up to his own standards. He also criticized Andrew's reaction after the fight. Ariel mocked the sudden shift to a humble, babyface narrative about trying, failing, and learning lessons. He said that mindset directly contradicts everything Andrew has preached for years. Andrew's persona has always been about winning, dominance, wealth, and success, not about moral victories or giving it a try. Ariel said the whole "I'm proud of myself for trying" angle does not work here. This was not Andrew stepping in against an unbeatable champion. This was Andrew going in, performing poorly, and losing. Ariel ended by saying that Andrew looked awful. The excuses did not match his past rhetoric, and the loss was a clear and undeniable fraud check that exposed the truth behind the image. Moving on to another news, a clip recently surfaced online showing Justin Gaethje grappling with his teammates, specifically drilling arm triangle defense. Kamaru Usman was right there observing the session, and at one point decided to step in and challenge Justin himself. What followed immediately caught the attention of fans. Usman effortlessly locked in a choke and forced Justin to tap out, sending a clear message about the level of elite grappling pressure. The footage did not paint a great picture for Gaethje, especially considering he is only weeks away from a title fight against a dangerous grappler like Paddy Pimblett. Fans immediately started debating how Gaethje plans to handle high-level wrestling and submission pressure if he is being shut down that cleanly in the gym. The clip added fuel to doubts surrounding his grappling and submission defense, which he has repeatedly claimed to have improved over the past months. Justin has insisted that his overall game has leveled up and that fans would be shocked by his progress. But this video did the opposite, leaving questions about whether he is truly ready for a top-tier grappler like Paddy. Paddy Pimblett reacted to the clip in a now-deleted tweet, mocking the situation by writing, "That's your guy." Observers pointed out that the footage highlights the gaps in Gaethje's preparation, showing how quickly an elite grappler can dominate if defensive fundamentals are not perfect. In the video, Usman clearly controlled Justin, flattening his bicep and locking the choke efficiently. Commentary from those observing noted the correct application of knee placement on the hip, emphasizing the technique's precision and effectiveness. Even in a training environment, the session illustrated the stark difference between training partners and elite competition. Usman's control and efficiency demonstrated the challenges Gaethje may face against high-level grapplers. The clip showed not only the technical aspects of the choke, but also Gaethje's inability to escape under pressure, highlighting concerns for his upcoming fight. Overall, the video circulated widely, and the reactions from fans and fighters alike, including Paddy, made it clear that questions about Justin Gaethje's grappling readiness are now a major talking point heading into his title fight. Moving on to another news. Anthony Joshua's promoter has responded strongly to claims that the fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul was fixed. After the bout, a section of critics accused Joshua of carrying Jake into the later rounds, suggesting there was some kind of agreement to extend the fight. Speaking with Ariel Helwani, promoter Eddie Hearn shut those accusations down completely and called them ridiculous. Eddie made it clear that there was never any discussion, deal, or understanding about dragging the fight into a certain round. He said there was absolutely no chance of that ever happening. According to him, the idea falls apart instantly when you look at the damage Jake actually suffered. Jake Paul walked away from the fight with a broken jaw in 2 places, which Eddie said alone proves how real the fight was. He explained that in the early rounds, Anthony Joshua actually missed with several heavy right hands. Eddie pointed out that if even a couple of those shots had landed clean, they would have done the exact same damage to Jake's jaw much earlier. Jake did well to avoid those punches, and Eddie gave him credit for that. He reminded people that AJ is not the type of fighter who rushes out swinging wildly from the opening bell. Instead, Joshua is known for taking his time, staying composed, and breaking opponents down, which is exactly what happened. Eddie admitted that the fight went a few rounds longer than Anthony himself may have expected, but that does not mean anything was staged. He said it is frustrating to still see comments online claiming the fight was fixed. Eddie recalled responding to one comment that insisted it was scripted, telling them plainly that Jake had broken his jaw in 2 places and might never fight again. He stressed that many fans underestimate how serious a broken jaw really is. People assume you just get your jaw wired up with a few screws and move on. But Eddie explained that there have been many fighters in boxing history who suffered broken jaws and never boxed again. This was not some minor injury brushed aside for entertainment. Eddie also rejected the idea that parts of the fight were real while other parts were staged. He said they are not actors, and there was no script, no strategy to carry anyone, and no agreement of any kind. AJ wanted to land clean shots as early as possible. Unfortunately for him, the cleanest connection only came in the 6th round. Eddie ended by saying the fight was 100% real from start to finish, whether people want to accept it or not. Moving on to another news, Josh Thomson recently broke down a high-stakes middleweight matchup as RDR and Caio Borralho are set to collide at UFC 326 in Las Vegas on March 7th. This fight is massive for the division, especially as the title picture begins to take shape. Khamzat Chimaev is preparing for a spring title defense against Nasruddin Imavov, and with that looming, the next wave of contenders is already lining up. Sean Strickland and Fluffy Hernandez are both right there, and it is very likely that the winner of this matchup will be in line for a title shot next. A bigger question is whether Khamzat will even still be champion by then. Just weeks ago, he mentioned wanting to move divisions after one title defense and chase double champ status. He has floated both light heavyweight and a return to welterweight, claiming he can still make 170. This also depends on whether Kamaru Usman captures the welterweight belt in 2026, which could potentially set up a champ versus champ scenario. Their first fight was a 3-round banger that left fans craving a 5-round rematch. A Chimaev double champ opportunity would be huge for the UFC, especially as they head into the new Paramount TV deal. Breaking down RDR versus Caio, Josh Thomson called it a great fight. Both fighters are coming off losses, but they are highly touted prospects, steadily chipping into the top 3 or 4 in the rankings. RDR, who was ranked number 4 before his recent loss to Brendan Allen, faces a strong challenge in Caio Borralho. Caio is solid on the feet and not bad on the ground, which makes this an interesting clash. RDR's wrestling is not overwhelming, but his clinch work is dangerous and will be something Caio has to prepare for. Both fighters have ample time to recover, prepare, and make their weight cuts, and both appear very big for the division. Thomson also highlighted RDR's activity and durability. Looking at his record, RDR fought 4 times in just 1 year, which is impressive given the demands of cutting weight that often. According to Josh, there is no better way to improve consistently than by getting inside the cage regularly. Both fighters have the tools and experience to make this a highly competitive bout, and the matchup could have serious implications for the middleweight division moving forward. Moving on to another news, Paul Felder and Bisping have both slammed Ilia Topuria for his recent comments targeting Team Khabib and Islam Makhachev. Ilia publicly claimed he could submit Islam and took shots at the entire camp, which drew heavy criticism. The main issue, according to Felder and Bisping, was not the matchup itself, but the timing and contradiction behind Ilia's statements. Topuria has repeatedly mentioned dealing with serious family issues and needing space to focus on them. Yet at the same time, he is publicly provoking fighters and teams that are guaranteed to respond. Felder called Ilia's actions a shot move, explaining, "You cannot ask for understanding and quiet while simultaneously starting beef, because once you open that door, people are going to fire back regardless of what you are going through personally." He highlighted that bringing personal matters into the conversation changes the dynamic completely. When a fighter says they need peace, anyone responding risks being seen as the bad guy, even if they were attacked first. Felder agreed with Team Khabib's stance, noting that Ilia's public provocations, while claiming to handle private issues, put others in an awkward position. Looking at the broader reaction, Ali Abdelaziz also shared his thoughts, saying, "I'm a little bit confused. Everyone is giving this guy space and respect to resolve his family problems. But when he comes out talking about Khabib, Islam, Arman for no reason, and he's not even fighting, I'm not sure if people should give him a pass anymore. Felder echoed this sentiment, pointing out that Ilia is keeping himself relevant by stirring the pot, staying in the news, and appearing on podcasts, despite not actually stepping into the cage. Felder and Bisping emphasized that while staying in the conversation is important for publicity, Ilia's approach seems disconnected from his stated priorities. He could be setting up fights and maintaining hype, but doing so while claiming to handle family matters and requesting space is contradictory. Felder noted that it's a calculated move to stay relevant, yet at the same time, it undermines credibility and creates unnecessary tension with top fighters and teams. Both analysts agreed that Ilia's behavior is a poor choice given his current situation. By publicly provoking others while handling personal issues, he risks alienating his peers and fans alike. The criticism was clear. Actions like these, while keeping someone in the headlines, often backfire and are seen as disrespectful and contradictory, especially in the high-stakes world of mixed martial arts. That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of MMA news.